Hi, this is Javed from the Core Audios. I take the pleasure to introduce a new generation cost-effective 5.1 home theater package. We are going to unbox and review Timber Acoustic, an Italian-based speaker manufacturer. They have 5.1 packages available in three price segments: an entry level, a mid level, and a higher end level. However, the star of our show today is mid-level Reva 5.1 speaker system, and we are going to review Timber Acoustic Reva in particular. Before we go any further, let's look into the background of the company. The Timber Acoustic is an Italian-based speaker manufacturer. They have their corporate office and R&D department based in Italy. However, the speakers are assembled and shipped from China. The Reva 5.1 package contains a pair of floor standing speakers, a center speaker, a pair of dipole surround speakers, and a powerful subwoofer. Let's review the T1 floor standing speakers. The floor standing speakers handles around 200 watts of power. Hence, the receiver or the amplifier should be in the range of 20 to 200 watts. I have connected these speakers to Marantz 1609 that handles power between the range of 75 watts to 150 watts. If you look at the back of the speakers, you can see four terminals. As I promised in my previous unboxing video, let me explain how the terminals are connected. I use banana pins to connect the speakers, and I have made an adjacent connection. You may wonder why most of the floor standing speakers have four terminals. If you take a closer look at the terminals, each couple of terminals are connected with a small metallic plate called jumper. This is a provision given to the customers who can use bi-amp setup, which means you can connect two separate amplifiers on each set of terminals. You can power up the tweeter and mid drive with an amplifier and connect the another amplifier to power up the woofers separately. If you are using the bi-amp setup, you might have to remove the jumper first. During this video, I will provide you with trivia and technical tips which will help you to understand more about speakers. As far as my connection is concerned, I have made an adjacent connection, the red on the top and the black on the bottom. This will ensure the jumpers are in the contact with both terminals. Also, it will ensure that all the drivers are getting equal power. It is very important that you use good amplifiers or AVRs, since it is the power source of the speakers and all the sound filtration happens within the amp. The frequency response of the front speakers is between 40 Hz to 23,000 Hz. This was tested in an acoustic environment. This reading means that the speaker can pick up punchy and low frequency bass to a point. The missed out low frequency is then picked up by the subwoofer. Hence, in my opinion, it sounds much better when the subwoofers are connected to it. However, when I played my favorite music, David Guetta Shot Me Down in this case, in stereo mode with the subwoofer turned off, this is where the floor standing speakers really shines. Though I heard this song about 100 times in other speakers, most of them being high-end ones, I could hear a distinct sound that I had never heard before. The music as a whole sounded different. It adds a unique texture which makes it sound even more better. I thoroughly enjoyed the music as each and every sound is effortlessly picked up by these pair of speakers. The nominal impedance is at 8 ohms. Impedance is nothing but how much current the speakers extract from the amps at a particular voltage. Let's talk about the speaker drives and materials used in it. Let me start from the tweeters. We have 1-inch soft silk dome tweeter with ferrofluid neodymium magnet. There are lots of debates amongst the audiophiles and sound engineers between soft silk dome versus metal dome tweeters. In my opinion, as you know, tweeter picks up high frequency and it tends to produce non-harmonic sounds when the volume is raised, which is called damping. That can be seen in many conventional tweeters. In order to avoid the damping, soft silk dome tweeters are produced with ferrofluid, which is a layer of liquid magnet, and neodymium magnet helps to eradicate the damping problem. We have a dedicated mid-range drive. This is the field where the speakers outperforms and gives ultimatum to high-end speakers of its competitors. The mid-drive measures about 5¼ inch made up of bottle rubber cone. Now here's a trivia as I promised. What is bottle rubber? As you know, rubbers are made from trees. However, bottle rubbers are synthetic, which means it is made up of non-organic materials. Bottle rubbers are used in our day-to-day products like gloves, rubber bands, ceiling sealers, glass sealers, and many more. It is said that these rubbers are known for their elasticity. These are very flexible and it is used in these speakers. As you know, speaker cones tend to move in a linear motion which produces sound. Hence, bottle rubbers contribute flexibility to these cones. And last but not least, bottle rubbers are also used in our chewing gum. Now don't panic, it is added as a edible grade. That is the reason why chewing gums are so elastic. At the bottom we have two 6.5-inch woofer drives, and again the cone material is made up of bottle rubber and it boasts dual magnet, which means more power. It picks up low frequency down to 40 Hz, which means it will have punchy bass as needed for front speakers. The enclosure is a three-way sealed mid-range chamber. There are lots of debates going on around this, but as per the critics, this produces a shallow and smooth sounds and restricts damping. My take on this is, when I first listened to a demo from one of my dealers at the time it was newly launched, it was pretty much low at the first sight. The sounding was exquisite and more detailed. I couldn't believe it is a mid-range speaker yet sounded like a high-end speakers that usually cost about 2 lakhs Indian rupees. That's when I decided to buy for my own use, and ever since I have been testing these speakers on various criteria. No matter how many tests I give, these speakers outperforms and comes out with flying colors. Now let's talk about the center speaker. The first thing you would notice in Reva's TC center speaker is its size. It is huge. We have already discussed about its aesthetical looks. Now we will discuss what is inside. The Reva center speaker inherits two injection molded clear ceramic reinforced polypropylene cone supported by rubber surround with dual magnet drive. So what does it mean? These materials are used in production of high-end speakers. The biggest challenge for the designers and sound engineers to design a speaker that won't jar or damp in high volume. In course of time, with rigorous research and efforts, they have come up with rich materials which can achieve this. The center speaker picks up the vocal signals and adds a layer of bass to it to achieve a theatrical effect. The voice sounds distinct and detailed. In my opinion, I can't ask for more. As an audiophile, I have complete control over the speaker to adjust it that best suits my taste. Whatever I throw at it, the center speaker outperforms in every way. This package includes two dipole surround speakers. So what does dipole means in first place and how it is different from conventional surround speakers? Dipole means a pair of equal and opposite electric charges or magnetic poles of opposite sign separated especially by a small distance. So this is an official definition of dipole. How it works in surround speakers or home theater systems? The conventional surround speakers are technically called as monopole speakers. These are pretty much like your front bookshelf speakers, which has a single front firing drive. All of the surround sound information is aimed at the seating position. However, it causes flash type of surround. The surround sound appears and disappears in a flash. It is gone even before you realize that you heard something from the surround speaker. Also, it causes hot spotting of sound, which means the sound doesn't merge with the movie, which dampens your cinematic experience. However, with right speakers and correct levels, these speakers can outperform dipole or bipole speakers. Dipole surround speakers usually inherits two drives on either sides with added tweeters. The two pair of speakers are configured at out of array phase, which produces a diffused surround sound that lasts for a brief moment, which is more than a monopole speakers can offer. However, it has a downside. The bass is reduced due to the out of array phase. However, it can be compensated in AVR settings. So it all comes down to the listener's preference. Most of the large cinema halls use dipole surround sound. The Reva's TDS2 dipole surround sound offers more details in surround sound. It is pre-calibrated to sync with any AVR to produce convincing surround sound. Be it a gunshot or a racing car, the surround sound is impeccable and it is a treat to the ears. The diffused surround sound makes you immerse in the movie. Mostly you will not be able to hotspot the surround sound, allowing you to engage more into the movie. Now here comes the beast. This is Reva's SW200, a 200 watt subwoofer. It boasts active long through 12-inch dual magnet drive with phase control. It picks up the low frequencies at 33 Hz, which is adequate to fill your room with vibrations. Its powerful bass is evidently felt as I played a particular scene from the Transformers The Dark of the Moon, in the highway chase, and even in Lord of the Rings The Fellowship of the Ring, when the Sauron's fingers is decapitated, a low frequency bass is emitted as Sauron crumbles. I have had many subwoofers which fails to pick up these low frequencies, however the SW200 picks it up effortlessly. I strongly suggest that anyone who wants a demo should carry their favorite music, preferably in FLAC or WAV format, or a Blu-ray disc of their favorite movies, so that they can differentiate the distinct sounds a speaker produces. In that way, they can quickly arrive to a conclusion. The SW200 has a rigid class AB inbuilt amplifier which delivers all the power needed for the 12-inch drive. The AB amp delivers more output with much lesser power consumption and considered best in the industry. The materials used in the speaker cone is identical to the floor standing woofers. It uses buddle rubber for elasticity surrounded with rubber to ensure the linear back and forth movement. I strongly believe that investing in a speaker should be a one-time affair. There are audiophiles who invest in speakers and with proper maintenance they were able to save it for more than 3 to 4 decades without any issues. The upgrade should happen every 6 to 7 years for electronics such as amp, AVR, TVs and projectors. Now here is a trivia. This is something most of you know, that when the speakers are new, the elasticity tends to be a bit stiffer. In course of time and with usage, the speaker's rubber stiffness is eased and it becomes more flexible. Hence, in course of time, your speakers are going to sound better and better. As far as the SW200 is concerned, the distortion and damping is effectively eradicated, and even at higher volume, it does not jar. My verdict for Reva 5.1 package is, these speakers are performers. It will not let you down in any way. When I first saw the demo organized by one of my dealers when it was launched, it was pretty much love at first sight. The mids were exquisite and detailed from the front speakers. The voice was distinct with a layer of bass from center speaker. The surround sound was immersive with more details and again with a layer of bass added to it. And the subwoofer effortlessly picks up low frequencies without a decibel of jar or damp. These speakers are by far the best speakers that I have ever come across with. At the beginning, I was skeptical as the package is priced under a lakh. However, it sounds in par with its competitors' high-end speakers. Hence, I had to confirm the price twice or thrice to make sure. Do remember, the high-end pair of floor standing speakers alone cost couple of lakhs for this quality. However, in case of Timber Acoustic, the whole 5.1 package costs below a lakh, which is a deal maker. Overall, I am flattered with its design, sound performance and price point. Hence, I own a unit for my personal use, and ever since I have been enjoying its rich sounds. Thank you for watching this video. In case you like my videos, please click on the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Leave your thoughts in comment section below. Thank you.